ignorance to the people, and they are trying to blame Nigeria, blame everybody for their evil wickedness. That is where it gets to my nerves. When that animal called the Shegumi, that animal, I don't call him a monster, he's not a monster, he's an animal. When he will come and start blaming I don't know who for not educating their people, that is why they are carrying gun. Who did that? Sheikh Gumi's father was very, very handy. When he will come and start blaming I don't know who for not educating their people, that is why they are very handy carrying gun. Who did that? Persuading Sheikh Gumi's father was very, very handy. The population in the right education. I don't know who for not educating their people, that is why they are very handy. Who did that? Persuading Sheikh Gumi's father was blaming, I don't know. Very, very handy. That's why I'm listening to Barrister Valentine for not educating their people, that is why they are very handy. Who did that? Persuading Sheikh Gumi's father was very, very handy. That's why I'm listening to Barrister Valentine. Who are you blaming for the misfortune you caused for your people? Who claimed the evil youth? We have free education. Who are you blaming? You people, who are you blaming for the misfortune you caused for your people? Who claimed the evil youth prevented your people from receiving the usual, the normal usual education that they should, for fear of, relegating the ruling hegemony, the ruling class to the background, and they have the audacity to come out to blame. Good luck, Jonathan. During his time, he used billions of naira of our money to build the schools, state-of-the-art schools in different parts of the north, begging Almajiris, even giving them food, providing food that they don't do, even in the Biafra region. They don't do in the Biafra region. Providing lunch for the children, everything free of charge, and they refuse. They were dissuaded by their people, and they have the audacity to talk. I say we walk towards you see that Sokoto Caliphate, it must be dismantled. But before I enter there, please, I want to play this clip which you have seen, the atrocious comments, which is the reality anyway, of former British Prime Minister in Imo State last day, a few days ago, in Imo State. Who knows how much this man was paid for him to come there? Let me, for your information, Boris Johnson, the former British Prime Minister, was invited, according to Tucker Carlson, the right-wing journalist. Carlson revealed that he invited Boris Johnson, the same Boris Johnson, to come for a debate on what is going on in Ukraine. This man, this evil Boris Johnson, gave a condition that he must be paid $1 million for him to come to Carlson's show. It is there. It is there. God is there. We don't make things up. Go to Google. You Google independent newspaper. It's there. Sleazy Boris Johnson asked me for $1 million to interview him, says Tucker Carlson. It is Wednesday, February 21st. 2024, last year February 2024 is there. Do you know how much Hope Uzodinma gave to him for him to come? And all those people that came there, you are clapping for Hope Uzodinma. All these things to launder his image. the Supreme Court, bloodsucker, have you forgotten? That was imposed here by the Caliphate. Have you forgotten? So, Boris Johnson, let me play it, please. I don't want to waste or take any much time, please. Just listen to Boris Johnson. I know you've had it and here and had it and had it and listened to it, but listen again. Listen again.
It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful that here in Nigeria we are united. We have this huge blessing of ties of history and language and woven together constantly by the toing and froing of brilliant Nigerians to my country and back again, and British people coming to Nigeria. And of course, look, I'm proud, very proud of what we export to Nigeria. We send you pharmaceuticals and bankers.
He's talking about what Britain sends to Nigeria. Listen, pharmaceuticals, banking, listen.
And services of all kinds.
Services of all kinds from Britain to Nigeria.
Automotive parts, all sorts of things. Whiskey.
And whiskey. He emphasized on whiskey. That is what they sent to Nigeria. Whiskey. Drink and perish. Whiskey. Whiskey.
Huge quantities of whiskey.
Huge quantities whiskey. Drink and your kidney will burst. You have kidney problems everywhere. Whiskey from Britain. That is what, listen again, that is what they bring from Britain. Listen again. He didn't mince words.
We send you pharmaceuticals and bankers and services of all kinds, automotive parts, all sorts of things. Whiskey, huge quantities of whiskey, probably more popular somewhere than others. We send, and you send us so much in return, oil and
you send us so much in return. That is from Nigeria to Britain. Look at what they get from Nigeria. Look, listen.
And gas.
Oil and gas, Nollywood movies,
brilliant doctors,
brilliant doctors and nurses, technicians,
geniuses.
Nigeria
come to the UK, and we're very grateful.
Listen again, please. It merits replay. Please listen. Listen. They come, they tell you, insult you, tell you the truth on your face, and you are not ashamed as a Nigerian. A Nigerian should be ashamed of him or herself. Listen what the colonizer is telling you. They are still bringing to you till today, and what they take from your country. Listen.
What we export to Nigeria, we send you pharmaceuticals and bankers and services of all kinds, automotive parts, all sorts of things. Whiskey, huge quantities of whiskey.
Huge quantities of whiskey.
Probably more popular somewhere than others. We send, and you send us so much in return. Oil and gas, Nollywood movies, brilliant doctors, nurses, technicians, tech geniuses from Nigeria come to the UK, and we're very grateful.
Are you getting it? As Nigerians, what? Now, this thing, we know it, but the chill it sends to my bones is this man is telling Nigerians face to face, and they are not even ashamed. They see it as a good thing. That your country, they are brain draining your country. Direct. That they are taking the best from your country, the best human being, from best doctors, best nurses, technicians, technological genius from your country. And all they are sending you is whiskey. whiskey, go and drink. What do you call that country, please? I want to prick your conscience. I want you to reason like a human being. Because what we do here on Radio Biafra is to make sure, bring you back to reason like a human being. Critical thinking is allowed, please. Here you subject everything to the altar of reason. It's not sentiment, it's not anything. When a former British PM, Prime Minister, will come to Nigeria and tell you in your face, we take your best people. Is it not still slave trading continues, or the continuity of slave trading? Slave trading in Africa started in 15th century, 1441 to be precise, in the present day Mauritania, in the western part of Africa. That was the first time the Portuguese took Africans to Europe as properties. Now, after they continue coming, bringing now, when they institutionalize the slave trading, one of the main products they used to come to buy slaves in Africa is whiskey. whiskey, alcohol, and Africans take it and sell their best formidable people, their youths. Remember, during transatlantic slavery, Europeans don't pick old men and women. They don't pick the imbeciles. No. They don't pick deaf and dumb. No. They pick the best. Those that can farm. And they give, in return, they give Miro, whiskey, to Africans. Do you now see why black Africans are at the lowest of the low in every part of the world? You don't have no single respect because you accepted whiskey in order to sell your brother. That is the reality facing us. You know, here we don't massage words. Here, you know, if you cannot deal with the truth that is coming out from here, please close your ears or F off from this radio, please. This is not like any other radio you can think of. We are not here to tell you how black is beautiful. Black beautiful with no black power is useless. Completely useless. Are you getting it? Don't you see how they treat you anywhere in the world as subhumans? Don't you see that? As subhumans. Because you continue accepting whiskey. And in a country like Nigeria, they import whiskey from Britain. Huge quantities of whiskey. And exchange it with their best brethren. The most formidable resources in this world is human resources. Japan, you are seeing today, is an archipelago, group of islands that has no single natural resource to their disposition. But Japan used to call all the 54 African heads of state to come to collect ration in Japan, and all of them will rush and go, disgracing Africa. Sometimes I say I shouldn't have been even created this time. Maybe I should have been created in the 2nd century. By now I would have, been, I don't know where. I would have formed maybe crude oil somewhere. I don't know. Because Nigerian shame, they shame me. Honestly speaking, it's very shameful. Boris Johnson coming to not even in Igbo land, telling you in your face that you are still, slave coast. We give you whiskey and we take from you your best brains, and people clap. Don't you see the reason why if you carry Nigerian passport at any port of entry, they look at you as an animal and they treat you like that? They treat you like that. They tell you stand aside because you are not a human being, you are a subhuman. This man coming to tell you that they give you whiskey in exchange for your best doctors, your best brains, because you don't need it in Nigeria. You don't need best brains in Nigeria. You don't need the formidable people, high-tech people. No, you don't. They are not needed in Nigeria. They are not. In Nigeria is not a place they are needed. What is needed in Nigeria are, the worst of worst, like the Nigerian foreign minister. Don't you see how he messed himself up in an interview? In I think Carson show, one journalist, he went viral, became a laughing stock. This is the best. The countries, people are asking, so this is the best Nigeria can produce as a foreign minister? No, it's not. It's a quota system. They must take it. It must be. Go to federal, go to Abuja and federal parastatals. You will see where a scientist is needed in the Nigerian federal government parastatal. They will put somebody that's a Fulani, a northerner that studied Quran, Quranic studies. And you are telling me that this country will, that is kind of God-forsaken place we should continue and progress? No, you are not. You are not truthful to yourself. Are you getting what I'm saying? You are economical with truth. Are you getting what I'm saying? You go to where professional scientist is needed, an engineer is needed, a position that should be chaired by an engineer in the Nigerian federal parastatal, Nigerian federal structure. You know what? No, instead of, okay, when they look the qualified engineer, before you know, it will come from the south, and most probably it will be Igbo man. They said no, they will look for a Quranic imam and put it there as an engineer. And when something comes which he need to defend, he will be talking rubbish. And you think that kind of place will succeed? No, sir. No, ma. No, sir. No, ma. They are what the caliphate never wants Nigeria's progress. Is not their concern. That is not their concern. You that is an Igbo man, a Biafran, a Southerner that is called, oh, why Nigeria is... They are not concerned about advancement. What matters to them is total colonization first. Even if it takes them 1,000 years, they don't care. That is why, look at what this man said. I play it again, please listen.
We want Nigeria to work. What I want people to understand, just like supporting what you said, if Nigeria will work, it will be better than splitting it. But Nigeria is not working.
Nigeria is not working.
Nigeria is not working. Nigeria have not worked for 112 years.
Nigeria has never worked for 112 years.
Yeah. And since the independence of Nigeria, it has not worked. When is it going to work again?
When is Nigeria going to work? No. Pray for Nigeria. Since Kumuyi time, 1970s. Pray for Nigeria. No. Let's have hope. Till when? The caliphate is holding everybody hostage, making you to to be sentimental. That thing you want, no, no, God day, it will happen. No, nothing will happen. Boris Johnson have told you that, look, as you Nigerians are giving Britain your best brands, they are buying them. In exchange, they are bringing you whiskey for you to drink and perish. Do you see that? They are bringing you whiskey so that you boast. Now, this wine and whiskey I'm having, this man bought whiskey of $10,000, of 10 million naira, 20 million naira, one wine, one whiskey. For you to destroy yourself, continue fooling yourself. That is the system, the amalgamate called Nigeria. That is what Britain put. Anything you come, they say no. They will come. The unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable. What is non-negotiable in Nigeria? Why was the amalgamation of Nigeria negotiable? But it cannot be redone. Something that was created by human being. When something is not working, you sit down and try to find the solution and try to ask, what is the problem? To diagnose the problem. That is why why Europe is working, is advancing. They sit down and say, look, this thing, we have been going like this, but it's not working. What is the problem? Let us diagnose the real issue so that we solve it from the base. But black people are so wicked. As long as that situation is beneficial to some few people, they fight for. They say no, everything is okay. As long as I am okay, everybody is okay. That is the Fulani for you. Remember, I refer you to Malaysia and Singapore. Singapore used to be part of Malaysia from 1962. They amalgamated and joined together. Singapore became one of the regions of Malaysia because they were hoping that to be big, large is better than them being little countries. So they agreed and joined together. Singapore joined Malaysia, and all hell broke loose. For your information, no progress, because they had divergent core values. It can never work together. Why Malaysia is mostly Islamic, Singaporeans have their religion, I think, Buddhism, mostly. Are you getting it? So, it's easier to talk, to speak, to say something is easy, but practicality is very, very difficult. That is where things happen. So, when the few years they were together, they continue killing themselves. This side try to draw to their side, Malaysia. Every election they rig it, they say no, they want to dominate Singapore. Singapore resists. Any slightest election, they started killing themselves. Said no. They continue vying for supremacy only. And development, they forgot about development, in short. A time came, they sat down and said no. Malaysia said no, we cannot continue like this, otherwise we go nowhere. We will never develop. They call Singapore and say, okay, we made a mistake by you and us being together. Please move away from, say, be your own. What I'm telling you is a historical fact. It's not up to how many years? 1965. The then Prime Minister of Singapore came on television that time and was crying, making the announcement that Singapore has been expelled from Malaysia. They were crying, feeling helpless. But after they comforted themselves, said, no, this is a challenge. Let us build a country Today, Singapore has #1 passport in the whole world, the best passport. Singapore, not America. Singapore, their passport goes everywhere around the world without visa. They work hard for it. Singapore is a highly developed country today. Do you see that? And Malaysia is also developing in his own way and pace. That is how it's supposed to be. But had it been they continue being together, managing, say no, because of some few politicians among them, if they amalgamate themselves and say, okay, no, we must be together, because they are exploiting the whole population, the country that you see as Singapore and Malaysia matched together will be a quagmire today. It would have been a quagmire today. This has been our logic. You don't dare put Saudi Arabia as part of United States. Are you getting it? Now, you just take Saudi Arabia as a country and put it as part of United States. That they will be together. No. Saudi Arabia will come with their ideology that Sharia, they must control everything. America will resist to say no. The European Americans, as you see today, they will resist. Say no. Before you know, there will be clash every time, and there will be no development. Are you getting it? But as everybody is separated, Saudi Arabia has their own core value, which is Islamic, and they are developed. They are going their own system. Don't you see how, in Nigeria, in a secular democratic country like Nigeria, so-called, you have Sharia. You have Sharia that is dealing with everybody. You have Sharia that banned the consumption of alcoholic beverages in a country where alcohol is being taxed. The tax from alcohol by the federal government, the VAT, value added tax, is being used, claimed, taken by the northern states that consume alcohol. They don't say no, don't put alcohol or money there. No. But it's in the same country. What a confused set of people. Until the population rise up, nothing will change. That's why when I talk to people, they say no, pass through your representative, a political representative. Well, I say, which represent the people that are bound together to exploit everybody? Is this the people that you are going to, that you think that you are representing you? If you have a genuine mindset, a good mind, and you entered into Nigerian politics, when, for example, as a local government chairman, your orientation will change. The system will corrupt you. The system will corrupt you immediately. And you'll be behaving like them. If you don't do like that, you cannot govern. Are you getting it? Look at governors, senators, most of them are complete criminals, non-criminals, drug dealers. After all, Tinubu was a well-known, imprisoned, convicted drug dealer in the United States. But he's a president. So what are you not saying? That is a system. No person is being vetted. If you are too good, if you don't have any comma in your background as an individual, you cannot be promoted in the Nigerian politics. You cannot grow in the Nigerian politics. Never. They need criminals. Bukola Saraki, go and check his background. The former Senate Speaker of Nigeria, number 3 man of Nigeria. He was an armed robber. He was an armed robber. Not his support. He was an armed robber. Bukola Saraki. Many of them, look at them. Look at Wike. What was Wike? Wike was just a tout being brought into governance by Chibika Mechi. He was a hooligan. Is it okay? You want to hear it only on Radio Biafra? What you know, but you are hiding it. But these are truths. Look at all of them. You are one criminal or the other. You now grow in the Nigerian politics. You will become welcome because that is how it is. So Boris Johnson came to Nigeria, to Imo State, and insulted everybody, and the people clapped for him. He said what the reality that is. I don't even see it as an insult, because he told everybody the truth. That Britain, Britain is bringing to you whiskey. You buy it with you buy whiskey too much. You huge quantities of whiskey. In return, they take your best brain, because you as Nigeria is incapable of retaining best brains, and that is what the Sokoto Caliphate wants. Pursue the best brains, I beg, so that they can be treating everybody as they treat Almajiris, and you cannot talk. After all, your best brains is in Europe, in America, all over the world, spread. So that is what Boris Johnson told Nigerians face to face, and they will clap. They clapped. After all, a white man with a blonde hair. Is it not your Jesus? Is it not your Savior? The thing remaining there is for everybody to bow down and worship him. Say, sir, Jesus. He's a white person, isn't he? He can tell you that in face, and you do nothing. You don't have a retrospect of what he told you. We have been buying you people with whiskey, with mirror. Today is the same thing. After going to 700 years, the story never changed. Only is in another dimension, but they are still doing the same thing. You call yourself a sovereign country, but your best brains are in London, in the United Kingdom. Your best brains are in America. Your best brains are in New York, in Australia, in Canada. Because you as Nigeria is incapable of retaining this. Nigeria is a country where a teacher that suffers to train doctors, a teacher that suffers to make a difference in turn a child into a pilot, a teacher that brings up a president, he is being rewarded with less than $100 a month. Whereas the useless criminals and hooligans you call politicians are being rewarded in the best way, with different, they change cars at will. I have played for you here the remunerations of a former governor, former vice governor, what they get. Every 2 years, their fleet of heavy cars were changed, new chassis every 2 years. They are being paid for life. They receive remunerations for their meds, for allowances, for everything they do. Whereas ordinary teachers are being treated like sub-citizens. Whereas retired military and policemen, not retired even, policemen in Nigeria, they are always given one uniform at the entrance of the service, free of charge. Only one uniform with the boot. After that, you have to pay for your uniform. Military, the same thing. It's only happening in Nigeria, and the people are saying that this country is sustainable. These are the people that will destroy the world. The people that see evil and they keep quiet. That is it. A country where their police, you enter police service today. After training, they give you the uniform, the complete uniform, and that is the end. From that time, any other uniform, even till your service, 30 or 35 years service, you buy it with your money. Sometimes they don't even pay you for months. So that what you gain is what you extort from people. The money you use is what you move out, use your gun. You can rob people and make your money. No person gives you uniform. What I'm saying is verifiable. It's not, we are not saying this in order to, no. These are things that are verifiable in Nigeria. As policemen, do they give them uniforms? Once in their police life, they give them. After that, anytime they want, they have to pay for it. Same military. You say that this type of place should be left to continue existing. Is they are occupying space in this world, occupying space for nothing. Do you see the Nigerian politicians, political class, the elites? All of them need to be buyed in a very horrible way. I am telling you. From the south to north, west to east, all of them, they are evil. They are evil. The system they put there makes you cannot. There is no way you can be a good person there. How can? What can you do? Changes in a democracy always starts. Genuine changes start from the population, because it is the population that is the only people that is more than the country's constitution. Are you getting it? The constitution of a country is supreme, but in a democracy, the people is more supreme than the constitution. That is why in a democracy, people can rise up and go and bring down an elected president or prime minister, because the power belongs to the people. That is why you see it happen in Bangladesh, you see it happen in Sri Lanka, you see it happen in Mali, you see it happen in Sudan, you see it happen in many places. It is allowed, that is normal. But it can never happen in Nigeria, because this person will blame this person, this tribe will blame this tribe. They will use tribe. Listen again, please. Okay, man, is the reality.
Yeah, this experiment did not work, and it's taking more lives than it's keeping. It's taking more lives than it's saving. Everybody is just like so many people in Nigeria. Let me just use for an example, the three major ethnic group in Nigeria. Sorry for others, it's not an insult, but it's just like these three major ethnic groups cannot get along. Even from that time till now, they still cannot get along. If anything happens, this one is blaming this one is blaming this one cannot support this one for the progress of the entity they belong to right now. It's just look ahead here, division here, after 112 years old. What do you think is it dividing the nation, or we can still keep it fooling ourselves?
One night here. I know, as you are in the zoo, you ask the right question. With all these things, do we divide the country, or we continue fooling ourselves? He said it to her. Do we continue fooling ourselves, or we do the right thing, or we go the way of Malaysia and Singapore to solve the problem? People, they always tell you, no, hey, look at South Sudan, no, it broke, and this and that happened, and they start war. it is better we even clash as a people, because there must be ricochet effect, temporary, but after everything, brothers must come back to the table and build themselves, because they have core value, the same core value. We are not excluding that, for example, Biafra comes today and everything is okay. No, it's not truth. It's not what we are telling you. Oh, from today, the day Biafra comes, everything will be bed of roses. No. If somebody was operated on surgical or had surgical operation, what do you think? Is the person immediately after? He will experience pain. It's normal. He will surely experience pain. But that does not mean that things are not okay. No. After the pain comes the healing. That is how things are. Because imagine Biafra is restored today, for example. There are people that will bring confusion. There are people that will be contracted by foreign forces, by Nigeria, in order to show us that, oh, we are wrong. No. The problem might occur, skirmishes, problems, this and that. This one agree. That is resettlement. We are resettling issues. It can cause problems, but just for a time. It will not last. For a time, everything will fall into place. The voices of reason will prevail. That is how things are. Remember, if you study history about India, you are seeing today, India, when India was trying to obtain their independence in 1947, there were confusion everywhere, because they were trying to rearrange themselves from the colonial arrangement they have been in. So that rearrangement cost a lot of life. That rearrangement cost more than 2 million lives, with more than 20 million displacements. Are you getting it? But at long last, what happened? Pakistan is there, moving, developing. You can never compare Pakistan with Nigeria. India is there, developing in their own pace. You can never compare India with Nigeria, but India was colonized like Nigeria. Britain tried to do to India what they did to Nigeria, to form a very big giant zoological primitive republic. But the people there, they are wise. They reshuffled themselves and said, no, we cannot dance to the tune of how these foreigners, the Europeans, kept us. It's impossible. No. And they reshuffled themselves. That reshufflement took lives. More than 2 million people lost their lives. More than 20 million were displaced. They moved up and down. Refugees. But today, if you have kidney problem, they say fly him to India. If you have any slight, you go to India. India is a nuclear power, same as Pakistan. You can never compare India with Nigeria. Never. It's incomparable, because they did the right thing. Those things that Nigeria don't want to do. That is it. So, you see, even the people that attended that so-called Imo State Economic Forum, look at them. All of a sudden, all of them, everybody is investing, is paper investment, lip service. All these things are in order to showcase that they are doing something. All these things are happening in order to calm our people because of the what agitation that we are doing. That is true. To tell our people that look, there is a future in Nigeria. Let all there be investment everywhere in Imo State. So do not join IPOB. Disregard what they are saying. It is propaganda. So don't worry. As long as we are in Nigeria, there will be development. There will be investment everywhere. Continue. Just continue having hope, and you continue. Tomorrow is Sunday now. You go to church and pray. Ị ga-anọ na-ekele Maria. Ị ga na-ekele Maria for Nigeria. You will continue praying. You go pray, tire. Nigeria no go nowhere. They call themselves giant of Africa. If you are really, do you know that Boris Johnson can never go to a place like India and make this statement? If Boris Johnson make this statement in any part of India, the population will come out and call for the resignation of their prime minister immediately. They say, oh, they are under colonization. Oh, Britain is giving, they are importing huge sums of whiskey from Britain. Why Britain is taking their best brains, their best genius, technical genius, scientists. They will immediately bring down that government. But Nigeria, no, everything goes. Everything goes. The Nigeria people do not even think about government in Nigeria. They think about God, Jesus, or Muhammad. That is a solution to everything now. So why are you bringing back people's mind from? No. They have solution. The solution is pray 5 times a day as a Muslim, and everything will be okay. Forget about what you are here. It's not. They are spiritual. To Jesus, they are spiritual. Everything is spiritual. It's okay. So why do you worry yourself? Jesus is there to solve the whole problem. So why would they even think about worldly things, about what Boris Johnson is talking? I beg and care that is how foolish Nigerians are. And this foolishness is affecting everybody. Tomorrow he will sell everything he has or take his last money and apply for visa to UK and go to UK. God have done it for him. Every day I'm out where will be called, brother or sister, send money, you there, beg, go, we send. And they will be brainwashing them. All these scammers in Nigeria, they call pastors and reverend fathers, will be scanning them. You have to pray so that God will, use your brother or your sister abroad. Once you do this and you call him, he will send you money. This is the wrong way that our people is heading to happily, and they think it's right. No, it is not. It is not. So let me stop here so far, because do not forget that tomorrow also we will be on X from 5 p.m. please, from 5 p.m. Biafra time on X, Radio Biafra Live. We shall also discuss some of all these things there. Please, you are all invited, and invite your brothers, your friends and well-wishers on X. That is Twitter space, please. The last 2 days I hosted members of the DOS here, the deputy, and I had issues I hardly experience, honestly. Sometimes I cannot understand. Sometimes in the studio you'll be it was highly hectic, but anyway, the message was passed, and as you may know, they will be coming from time to time. That is it. So as I said, today being the 6th day of December, Obochi KC, now December 2025, Obochi Nkwo, the topic remains the Sokoto Caliphate manipulations. That is the series we have been treating, and we must continue treating it, please. And you know, they are trying. The Sokoto Caliphate has been trying in order to manipulate, to call this you know, Christian genocide, that no, it is not, it is this, it is that. And they are trying to carry Nigerians along as usual, because they saw Nigerians, the Sokoto Caliphate, they saw Nigerians as, you know, manipulable idiots. I am telling you, manipulable idiots. You can use anything to manipulate them. Are you getting what I'm saying? That is why they use anything. They can use anything to manipulate them. They can use anything. Oh, look at our Nigeria. Our Nigeria. Don't allow foreigners to come. Oh, they are coming for our gas. Oh, our oil and gas. That is what they are coming for. No. And the Nigerians will just fall in like Oluku. Oluku. Are you getting it? You know. Now, let me play. I played this before, but let me repeat it. Let me repeat it, because people are trying to understand what the Sokoto Caliphate manipulation.
Managed to read that it's an easy cover, because initially when they sprang up in the northeastern part of the country, they came out plainly, this is what we want, and they were quickly proscribed. But spreading to other parts of the country and doing that, they need a good cover, and they have found it in climate change. That basically is what I'll say, especially
they use climate change as a cover. That is the manipulations of the Sokoto Caliphate. Meanwhile, let me tell you this. You see, the Sokoto Caliphate we are talking about. Let me also play this first before I dive in. Although I will not try it, I will try to limit the time. Please listen. You see, the Sokoto Caliphate must be dismantled. I initiated this a few weeks ago. We must continue. You know, something. You see, sometimes you come to this platform. When you open your mouth, sometimes you don't even know what you're saying. But after you find out that, look, so like sometimes I used to listen to my broadcast. I said, did I really say this before God and man? So how did I really say this? Sometimes you open your mouth, you don't even know how things are coming out. You don't know. It tells you all you need to know. You see this Sokoto Caliphate. You know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said he won the Caliphate that for trying to touch the people of Biafra, trying to impose, to colonize us, that they will be pursued by the Hausas, by the Northerners. You see the Caliphate. Listen to this. Listen. This is now in America. Listen.
The highest level.
I know you have listened to it. Listen, but listen.
Immediate investigation, the highest level, with the consideration of declaring the Sokoto Caliphate an international terror organization.
Sokoto Caliphate, they're trying to declare it an international organization. And later I will tell you why it should. I will tell you why it should be declared as an international terrorist organization. Because let me tell you, the Sokoto Caliphate has no space in this 21st century. It is outdated, and it is outdated. Listen again.
Immediate investigation, the highest level, with the consideration of declaring the Sokoto Caliphate an international terror organization. And treated as such. Predator drones and Tomahawk missiles go a lot further at stopping this stuff than sanctions ever will. And that's what's warranted here. It is a genocidal regime. It is a terrorist organization.
Sokoto Caliphate is a terrorist organization.
Amen. And finally, focus international efforts, focus attention on restoring the internally displaced. Justice and restoration. Again, this will prevent as many as 5-6 million from being radicalized in the next 5 years. It's existential. We must focus on the internally displaced. Not just as human beings, not just as Christians, but it's in our vital national interest to do so. And the restoration of IDPs to their rightful fatherlands, that will require the purging of the jihadis. But we don't do it to kill the jihadis, we do it to restore justice. We do it to restore the IDPs. That's necessary. Congressional delegation, charges of genocide against the Chinedu regime, declaring the caliphate a terrorist organization.
Declaring the caliphate a terrorist organization.
And restoring the internally displaced. That's how you uproot this. That's how you fix it.
That is it. The ongoing Christian genocide will never stop until the Sokoto Caliphate is dismantled. You know that day I didn't even know what entered my head. I spoke it out some weeks back. I am telling you. You see, Sokoto Caliphate, it must be dismantled. Let me give you a little history, just little, because time is not on my side, about the Sokoto Caliphate. The Sokoto Caliphate, known also as Caliphate in the lands of Sudan, that is land of black people, also known as the Sultanate of Sokoto, was a Sunni Muslim caliphate, that is Islamic State in West Africa. Are you getting it? This is a historical factor. I didn't make it up. So you see, when you talk about ISWAP, Islamic State of West Africa, that is a terrorist organization, it is Sokoto Caliphate. Are you getting it? This Sokoto Caliphate was founded by Ottoman Danfodio in 1804 during the Fulani Jihads, after defeating the Hausa kingdoms in the Fulani War. Are you getting it? So it is a caliphate founded by jihadism, and you know that there is no peaceful jihadism. You know what jihadism is all about: eradication of all other religions, so that Islam, or their own version of Islam, Fulani Islam, will take precedence. That is what it means. The boundaries of the caliphate extended to parts of present-day Cameroon, Burkina Faso, Niger, and with Sokoto, which is in today's Nigeria, as the capital. It was partially dissolved when the British, French, and Germans conquered the area in 1903 and annexed it to the newly established Northern Nigeria Protectorate, Senegambia, Niger, and Cameroon. The latter during the Adamawa Wars, respectively. That was how the Sokoto Caliphate was decapitated, because it extended from the present day Nigeria, that is Sokoto, down to Cameroon, down to Niger, down to even Senegambia as the Sokoto Caliphate. But during the colonial time, the British, Germans, English, French, British, yes, the English, the French, the Germans, they decapitated the Sokoto Caliphate and annexed it to the countries they form. Niger Republic, some Burkina Faso, some Senegal, some Cameroon, and the capital, they left the capital in Nigeria. They call that time the Northern Protectorate. Today in Nigeria, the capital, that is the head of the serpent. They didn't kill it. They killed other tentacles, but they left the head in Nigeria. By 1900, Sokoto had at least 1 million and perhaps as many as 2.5 million slaves, second only to the American South, which had 4 million in 1860. Sokoto Caliphate in the 1900s, they retained as many as between 1 million to 2.5 million, but some say it is far more slaves. Are you getting it? Now, Ottoman Dan Fodio and his successors who ruled from Sokoto used the title of Commander of the Believers. That is Amir al-Muminin in Arabic. Amir al-Muminin is that Amir they call Emir today. Emir, the commander. Amir al-Muminin in Arabic, Sarikin Muslimi in Hausa, Lamido Jube in Fufude. So that when you hear Lamido Sanusilam is Fufude is commander. That is the meaning. The townspeople of the capital, Sokoto, were known as Kadirawa. Kadirawa followers of the Kadriya Sufi order. It was called the Fulani Empire. This Sokoto Caliphate, you see, it was not originally called the Sokoto Caliphate. It was called the Fulani Empire until during the 1960s. Are you getting it? In 1964, to be precise, in 1964, the label Sokoto Caliphate was introduced by a British historian and a medical anthropologist by name Murray Lass, and became the most widely accepted name. Before, it was known as Fulani Empire until 1964. Although European colonies abolished the political authority of the caliphate, the title of Sultan was retained and remains an important religious position for Sunni Muslims in the region to the current day. Are you getting it? Ottoman Dan Fodio's jihad inspired a series of related jihads in other parts of the Sudan savannah and the Sahel, far beyond the borders of what is now Nigeria, that led to the foundation of Islamic states in the regions that are now in modern day Senegal, Mali, Ivory Coast, Chad, the Central African Republic, and Sudan. That is the Sokoto Caliphate you are joking with. The Sokoto Sultan, you are joking with it. You don't know that is the source of the terrorism that you are seeing today. That is the main source of the problems that all of us are having. The legacy of the Sokoto Caliphate and Ottoman Dan Fodio's teachings have left a lasting impact on the region's history, including contemporary Nigeria and other parts of West Africa. That is what we are suffering today. How do you think that we can stay with these people like this? How? Tell me. How? Tell me. Tell me. Let me give you some example, because I say I will not. I gave you the for just a little synapse of the Sokoto Caliphate, the brief, just very brief history, for you to understand that what is happening today, even not only in Nigeria, even in faraway Burkina Faso, in Mali, it is the institution of the Sokoto Caliphate that is taking place. They continue this jihadism. Do you think that in jihad they romance? No, they kill. Are you getting it? This is why the people in the high places in Nigeria are this Islamists, Salafis, complete Islam, people that have no reason being in governance, even being outside, people that have no need of being in the 21st century daylight. They are there controlling Nigeria. And I'm happy that some American congressmen and women are understanding what is happening in Nigeria, that the problem is the Sokoto Caliphate. It must be dismantled. Are you getting what I'm saying? It must be dismantled. That is the truth. You see, the clip of Pastor Emmanuel Bosun I used to play. You see the clip. Now, Babangida in 1985 or 83 dipped his hand and took $21 billion from the Nigerian coffers and gave to OIC for the complete eradication of non-Muslim religion in Africa, particularly in Nigeria. What do you think? And you are looking for your problem elsewhere. You are looking for this Boko Haram, they are killing people. Government to come and help. Who is the government? It is the government that is sponsoring them, because that is how Nigeria is meant to be. Do you ask yourself, why is there Muslim ticket? Because they see the complacency, the indignity of the so-called Christians in Nigeria. Give them money and do anything you want, because what they want is money. So the caliphate is on the move, but today the caliphate must be stopped. Let me read this news headline, which was on April 14th, 2021. April 14th, 2021. You can go and Google it. It's still there. This is about Isa Pantami. He said, the headline read, I support terrorist groups like Taliban, Al-Qaeda, not Boko Haram. Minister Pantami. This is April 14th, 2021. Now, let me read a bit. Though Nigeria's Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Isa Pantami, denounces any allegiance to Boko Haram, he expressed support for the global extremist group, the Taliban and Al-Qaeda. That is the person that was hired as a Minister of Communications and Digital Economy. He had a degree in Quranic teaching. He handled every Nigerian data. That is why everybody's personal information is in the hands of the terrorists in Nigeria, for your information. Are you getting what I'm saying? Because Nigerians are fools. Nigerians, because of the hatred of Igbos, they become more gullible than anything. They hand over the data. Do you know what it means, data? Let me tell you. You see, according to reports, you see that brigadier, that General Buba, which they killed, the Boko Haram captured him, where they killed many hundreds of Nigerian military personnel. They captured him and the commander. They executed him summarily. Do you know what happened? When the terrorists attacked the movement, do you know what the general is? Do you know what it takes for somebody to reach the rank of general? But a general was abducted and killed by the terrorists. Even the president of Nigeria did not make a statement about it. Things continue. Nigerians kept quiet. Everybody is murmuring on his own, in his own house. This is how the caliphate has made Nigerians very powerless. Now, the story about this man I wanted to bring is this. They say this, according to the report, this general escaped. When they attacked, they ambushed the convoy, heavy convoy. The terrorists ambushed them. This general escaped on foot. He's a general. He know how to maneuver. And people, they thought that he was being among the dead, but he contacted the headquarters. He contacted his colleagues that I am alive. I need to be rescued. I'm alive somewhere. You know, when he made contact to the seniors, the senior military, you know, his direction, his location, they know the location. Now, you know what they did? They related his location to the terrorists. So go and he so place, latitude so longitude so go the precise location where he was hiding, waiting for his Nigerian government military, his colleagues to come and take him, either by chopper or by anyhow. Who came? The terrorists. They say, we know you are here. They came and called. They say, where you don't go? That is a place that you want security. No, I ask you. That is a place you are expecting for you to be secured. I think Boris Johnson, he have come and say, I feel safe in Nigeria. But his convoy, the convoy protecting him was top notch. But he felt safe. He didn't come down and say, no, I feel safe. Let me go by myself. Let me go by road. Only me. From Owerri to Onitsha to Benin to Lagos. No, let me feel Nigeria now. I'm safe. Everybody is now around Nigerians because they are stupid. As a Nigerian, you are not here. I'm telling you. Everybody now, you know. So they related the location of the general. And the general was there, confident that at least he have contacted his people. They will come within minutes to come and rescue him. He did the normal, you know, even for example, they shot a military, for example, American military pilot. American, for example, they shoot a chopper, American marine chopper, down behind enemy lines. If the pilot is alive, he will signal his location. You understand? He will signal his location to the headquarters. And they will now advise him what to do and wait so that they will come and rescue. It's normal standard procedure, military procedure. The man did it thinking that he is serving Nigeria. If you are serving Nigeria, you and believing in Nigeria. Nigeria never happened to you. Nigeria happened to Buba, and he is not alive to tell the story. Had it been he escaped from the terrorists, he would have explained the hard way what happened to him, how they sold him. Are you getting what I'm saying? Buba relayed his information. He used his radio. It's a standard military procedure. He used their safe radio wave, communicated his people, the headquarters, where he's supposed to communicate that don't. I'm alive, because that is the first thing to do, to tell your people that you are alive. So rescue. I need rescue. Instead of rescuing him, the Nigerian military hierarchy, they relayed his information, his location, because it's very easy. They told him, wait, we are coming to rescue you, don't worry. And they relayed the information to the Boko Haram. His exact position, they relayed it. They went there and picked him direct. Nigeria happened to him, a general. And they killed him like a mouse. Now, Nigerians have forgotten that Isa Pantami, who was a complete terrorist, is he in prison? The answer is no. Maybe he's holding another unknown post in the Nigerian federal parastatal. Who knows? He disappeared, went down. Nobody, no Nigerian is, bold enough to talk about it. Oh, it's IPOB. Now, let me continue. Let me read a bit again about Pantami. This news was on 14th of April 2021. Now, the jihadist, according to Pantami, that time, the jihadist is an obligation for every single believer, especially in Nigeria. Mr. Pantami said in one of his vicious sermons in the 2000s, "Oh God, give victory to the Taliban and to Al Qaeda." Are you get? But he was made a minister, and not an ordinary minister, not a minister for health, no, a strategic minister that handles the Nigerian population data. Do you remember when they take, when your VPN, not VPN, sorry, NIN, National Identity Number. You use it to buy phone SIM card. Do you remember when it was very common? They will use your NIN, give to terrorists or kidnappers. They will use it, commit crime, commit their terrorist activities, look for, collect ransom, millions and millions of naira. You will be in your house, they will come and collect you, say it's you. Because they use your data. Your data is not safe in a government that you trust, that's supposed to protect you. Your personal data is not safe. Courtesy of who? Is in the hand, your data is in the hands of terrorists. Pantami is the chief. They hold 200 and something million people's data, personal data, is in the hands of terrorists. Do you know that? Do you know when I played the clip here, the voice of one Igbo man in Abuja that was shouting, he said how they are arresting and sometimes even imprisoning and murdering some Igbos for crime they did not commit. He said because he is working in the data office, that people are coming complaining that their data is compromised, somebody used by this and that. The brothers will be saying, no, this my brother, they arrested him, say he's a kidnapper. He has nothing to do with kidnapping, say he collected ransom. Is part of the deal. Is Pantame is still ongoing till today. That's why terrorists, they will collect ransom, they will make videos, post it on where they are, the money they collected, all these Fulani terrorists. No person goes after them. Do you remember when Ebube Monson, his Reverend Father friend, was kidnapped in Anambra by the Fulani, and the police refused to go after them? These are the people. Are you getting it? They use other people. The kidnapping that is going on in Nigeria, money is passing through the bank. They can use your NIN, do the business, you will not even know. Innocently. If they say, okay, let they do, they will come and collect Igbo and say, now you are a kidnapper. You say no be me. Before you know Nigerians are evil. They will say, beg, kill him, na them. See as he dey fine, he dey nice, he dey blow, he dey ride nice car. Na him. They condemn you without anything. That is how wicked Nigeria is. That is how wicked Nigeria is programmed to be. It is the Fulani Caliphate manipulations that is ongoing, turning everybody into the monsters and wicked evil people they are till today. That is what is going on. Now, let me continue reading, please. Mr. Pantame's call to jihad and unalloyed support from murderous groups portray him as a dyed in the wool Islamic fundamentalists. Yet, President Muhammadu Buhari appointed Mr. Pantami as communications minister to control the country's massive data and telephone infrastructure and other sensitive details of national intelligence. That is the colonization, that colonization, that is, it was ongoing, it has been ongoing, and Nigerians are moo. They will not wake up. If they try to steer, I'm not saying waking up, steer, they'll tell you, no, it is a climate change. No, look, Igbo man, hey, if you wake, Igbo man will go. Don't look at us, look, watch Igbo man. Igbo man want to control your economy. So just they will, control everything. So look at they now turn back and start watching Igbo man. Whereas the real terrorists are on their rampage, doing what they know best. That is how it is. When contacted on Wednesday, this was 2021 news, February 14th, by People's Gazette regarding his support for the terrorist groups, the minister did not comment. On Monday, Mr. Pantami threatened to sue some media platforms for reporting that he is on the US terror watch list for supporting Boko Haram. The minister had claimed on Twitter that his lectures against the doctrines and all the evil people, that is terrorists, have been available for over 15 years. Including debates that endangered my life against many criminals in Nigeria. This is one of the people that was made rewarded by the caliphate to be in a strategic position, handling your data. And every Nigerian person's data has been compromised. Private data has been compromised. Do you know what it means? It has been compromised. No, you don't know. Because Nigerians are gullible. They don't understand their thing. Their problem is IPOB. Their problem is Igbo. Is Igbo this, Igbo that. And they are being subsumed. They are being swallowed alive. But here we are. Our duty is to open your blind eyes. If you really want your eyes to be open, to make you reason, to understand the problem. Now, let me continue reading. But he failed to acknowledge that he is an avowed supporter of the Taliban and Al-Qaeda, as revealed in a 2019 academic document debating Boko Haram seen by the Gazette. Mr. Pantami invited Muslims, especially Alus Musuna, that is Salafis. Do you know Salafis? These are the terrorists, Wahhabis, Salafis. In many countries, even in Egypt, you see these Salafis, they are all in jail. In different parts of North Africa, they are all put in prison. All these Salafis, even notwithstanding that they are Muslim countries. Even in Saudi Arabia, Salafis, they are in jail. Or they expel them to go outside, do your dirty job outside instead of doing it here, because they know what Salafis can cause. They are terrorists. Are you getting it? Even Muslim countries don't allow them to be in their country. But in Nigeria, this is where they reward them. They put them on government positions, strategic positions. And Nigerians don't know this. They are looking for what is doing them. These terrorists now, wow, these people are killing us. Fulani men are eating my rice farm. This and that are killing me. I swap, they are destroying my house. You don't know. Military is killing you. These are terrorists. You don't know. The Salafis must be there. They are unleashed in Nigeria. Why? Because of the continuous existence of the Sokoto Caliphate. In order to make sure that they Fulanize everybody using Islamization. Remember, the Sokoto Caliphate came into being. That name, Sokoto Caliphate, was named 1960s. Before it was Fulani Caliphate, Fulani Empire. Are you getting it? They destroyed the caliphate everywhere, but the head remained, the capital remained in Nigeria. They left, Britain left it. They know that they will continue their job, and that is what they are doing. So, in order to, in order to digress attention Boris Johnson have to come to Imo State, to Nigeria, not only to Nigeria, to Imo State, in the heart of Igbo land, in order to tell Trump that everything is okay. Don't worry, things are okay. No, I'm safe here. There is everything here. No problem. You don't know that messages are sent. These are what we IPOB, we have eagle eyes observing, alerting you Nigerians that are gullible only if you can listen. Only if you can listen. Okay, let me continue reading what Pantami said. This jihad is an obligation for every single believer, especially in Nigeria. He added, Mr. Pantami's comments were translated by Professor Andrea Brigaglia, an African expert at Naples University in Italy. Nigerian scholar Musa Ibrahim of the University of Florida in the United States contributed to the paper that explored the onset of Boko Haram in Nigeria. These are people that formed all these terrorist groups since, but they are rewarded being in the helms of affairs in Nigeria. Even Olanwumi, Professor Olanwumi, ex-commodore, the Nigerian military spy, that revealed that he say he know many of them, all these terrorists that have risen to be in Asorok. Some are governors, some past governors, senators, everything. Is Nigerian Senate did not call him to come and reveal all these things to us. Nigerian judiciary did not subpoena him, say, this is as a matter of national security. You must come to explain yourself. Either you reveal all these things or nothing happened. How can a country like that? Don't you see that they have a pathway? The caliphate has a pathway. They are doing what they are doing because they know that Nigerians are manipulable. The indigenous population there, they are gullible set of people. That's why you see Gumi is being perambulating everywhere, talking anything he wants. All these things he cannot. A person that was deported from Saudi Arabia in 2010, Sheikh Gumi was detained, imprisoned in Saudi Arabia, the capital of Islam. They say we don't want this type of is medieval. We want to even modernize more and more. We don't want this garbage that is coming. Go to where that you need to spread more Islam to the infidels. That is where you are needed. Go there, fight jihad. That is what they sponsor. Let me tell you something. You see, during the colonization process by the Europeans, you know what they did? Let me tell you. There are criminals in Europe that are supposed to be in prison. When they sentence their murderers, what I'm telling you is a historical fact. It's not something we make up. There are murderers that are supposed to be hanged in their various countries in Europe, in their kingdoms in Europe, because all those times it was mostly kingdoms and feudal system. You know what they used to do? They send them out. They say instead of killing them, send them abroad. At least they can be useful there. Let them go and kill the indigenous people, conquer anything. That is why you see many of them. You see in Africa they committed horrible crimes. The Europeans. In America, the same thing. They wiped out communities, villages without any remorse because you know they have been murderers. They are killers. So Europe say we don't need these people in this our country, otherwise they will be killing people, causing problems. And if we kill them, it's of no need. We lose them. So we rather send them abroad. Let them go and deal with the indigenous people. At least they can conquer, they can kill the people, and we get the land. And that is what they did. So this is what countries like Saudi Arabia is doing. When they see all these Salafis, they don't allow them in their country. They say, okay, you are more, yes, here Islam is already propagated. So this is the head of it. We don't have infidels here. You are useful. Where you have infidels, go there. They know these people are killers. They are terrorists. Don't you see Osama bin Laden? Was Osama bin Laden allowed in Saudi Arabia? You know, here we prick your knowledge so that at least your brain, you reason. Why Osama bin Laden was not allowed? He's a Saudian, but he was not allowed in Saudi Arabia. He's a billionaire, son of a billionaire, Saudi billionaire. Because they don't need that type of person there. It's only problem killing, that is what they know. So instead, and they will not kill him because he's an asset to them. So send them abroad, let them go and fight where, you know, after all, we can deny them. We can come on air and say, no, these people, they are not representing Islam, neither are they representing us, this and that. But secretly they adore what they are doing. That is it. The Europeans did this. That is why they were able to colonize places around the world. They sent out their killers, their murderers, their rapists, their child molesters. You know, they sent out all those people that are supposed to be causing problem, molesting children, raping children, pedophiles. They sent them down to Africa, to South America, and say, oh yeah, that is why you see they committed unprintable atrocities, the European colonizers. As long as they are not doing it in European soil, and they helped to also conquer the land for them, and the government took over. So they knew what they are doing, or they knew what they did. The same thing, countries, Arab countries, they know what they are doing with all these terrorists. Instead of them to be in, come to their land in order to destroy them, because when they come, they will find fault. When Osama bin Laden or Sheikh Gumi will be in Saudi Arabia, you will find fault that, look, oh, they are not even practicing real Islam here. Why should this? And you ask, you start causing problem, preaching problem. So they say, no, we don't want it here. Go abroad, stay there. You go and kill convert infidels in Nigeria, bring them, use a sword to kill them. They can easily deny, but secretly they love it. They can easily deny them. That is how things work. Are you getting it? So, let me continue reading, please. According to Pantam, this top journal publisher in several months before Mr. Buhari tapped Mr. Pantame as a minister, Mr. Pantame's violent preachings, which he rendered in Hausa and Arabic throughout the late 1990s and early to mid 2000s, has gone largely unreported in the Nigerian mainstream media. They don't report them. Yoruba, brown envelope journalism, media, Yoruba. Oh, if they report it now, Igbos will carry it and you know, it will be to Igbos' advantage. No, leave. Let us keep quiet, and they will be dying. That's why Kwara will remain where it is, in the hands of the caliphate. Because all their problem is Igbo. As long as they are on top of Igbo, they're okay. Even if the Fulani, they are killing all of them. Oh, no, Igbo. No, don't worry. Because if we arise against the Fulani, Igbos will also get more power. So let us join them. Don't you see even the Daddy GOs, Yoruba Daddy GOs, they refuse to come. They say there is no Christian genocide. Are they by you? Don't you see that? Don't you see him? Don't you hear him? Are they Pharisees? All of them, all of your daddy, you are gods of man. Or they all refuse to comment upon what is going on against their members, against Christians, their fellow Christians. For you to see how bad things are. Mercantile Christianity. That is what is there. And the deep hatred that anything they do, it will benefit the Igbos. It will, instead, let all of us be suffering it. That is the people that will destroy the world. You saw evil, you keep quiet. Your silence is complacency. That is what it is. The speech, which is about, okay, let me continue. The document details how Mr. Pantami offered himself as a volunteer to mobilize the Hizbah police of the North, requesting to be appointed as the commander, that is commander of a military ready to travel to Yerwa Shendam in fight in defense of the Muslims. The speech, which is about 20 minutes long, concluded with the prayer, "Oh God, give victory to the Taliban and to Al-Qaeda." This is the person that was your minister in Nigeria. And the Yoruba media kept mute. They didn't report it as it should. They kept mute. No, Igbos they will benefit. Let me say, let all of us be suffering. After all, we get Lagos. After all, Lagos is in Yoruba land, no problem. We get the airport, we control seaport. No, we are sitting on the Igbos. They are okay with it. Evil black people, evil. In your job, boy, in your job, in your job. Evil is evil. This is the person that was in, that was your minister in Nigeria, in charge of your private data. Do you know what private data means? Do you know what it means? All the Nigerians people's private data are in the hands of the terrorists. Are you getting it? Now, let me, because time is going, let me also read this other news headline. Let me just read it a bit. Okay. Let me read it a bit. How Attorney General of the Federation, Malami, I think it's Malami that brought renditioned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria. Do you see that? He was handy. His former AG, Malami, denies terrorism financing, claims he was involved in lawful professional engagements. What is the lawful? This is December 6th. Today's news headline, yes. Let me read a bit. These are terrorists, non-terrorists. America have their list. Their list was given to Nigeria. They know them. Some of them were jailed, caught and jailed in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and they provided the names and they transmitted all those names to Nigerian secret services, which along with me acknowledged. They said they know them, all of them, they know. But because of the Sokoto Caliphate manipulations, none will speak. Who will go there? If any Christian politician go there, they give him money, say keep quiet, and intimidation. He keep quiet and comply. After all, he is okay. So waiting concern him. This is the evil that we call Nigeria. It's not. I continue saying it, that it is not that evil is in Nigeria. No, Nigeria is evil itself. The way they program Nigeria, and that is the way it is going. Look at this time. Boris Johnson has to come in order to launder. He was paid to launder the image of Nigeria. Everything is okay. No, nothing is happening. I am safe here. And I say, he is safe. Let him travel alone now. He's safe. Under bulletproof car, under military and police escorts, he is safe. He feels safe. These are evil people. And he confirms it that slave trading is continuing, because they term the bite of Biafra as a slave coast, and they continue exhibiting it. They bring you whiskey and you give them your best brains. He didn't say it at the backyard. He said it openly in Imo State. And the Nigerians are clapping. Something they should be ashamed. If it is a country, if Nigeria is a country, immediately this man made this statement, they will come and call for the immediate resignation of Tinubu. They will put down the whole politicians. But how will they do? Nothing. That's why this man said Nigeria remains unsustainable. Nigeria remains unsustainable. Because if this thing happen, if anything, this one we blame this one. Hausa we blame Igbo. Igbo we blame this side. This side, listen again, please. I'm saying this man, I'm telling you, he said it as it is. I love this in speech. Listen.
And what I want people to understand, just like supporting what you said, if Nigeria will work, it will be better than splitting it. But Nigeria is not working.
Nigeria is not working.
Nigeria have not worked for 112 years.
Yeah.
And since the independence of Nigeria, it has not worked. When is it going to work again?
Yeah,
This experiment,
No, tomorrow is Sunday. No, 2026 is your year. That is what we will hear tomorrow. You dip your hand inside your pocket. Then we give them fake hope. It's working. No, once Fulani terrorists they kidnap the whole village and it's only you that is remaining. You come and give testimony. Oh, it's working for you. Others don't have faith. God loves you more than that. God that will allow others to be killed and leave me. I don't need that God. Are you getting it? That is what they are going to tell you. Tomorrow is Sunday now. No, it's what? Don't worry. Shout hallelujah. If as a member of chosen, you will never experience kidnapping, which means others that are experiencing it, they don't have faith. God don't love them. You see mad people everywhere. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will say, mad people everywhere. Listen again, I will not interrupt it. Actually, I want you to listen and think about the statement of this man. Think deep about it.
We want Nigeria to work. And what I want people to understand, just like supporting what you said, if Nigeria will work, it will be better than splitting it. But Nigeria is not working. Nigeria is not working. Nigeria have not worked for 112 years.
Yeah.
And since the independence of Nigeria, it has not worked. When is it going to work again?
Yeah,
This experiment did not work, and it's taking more lives than it's keeping. It's taking more lives than it's saving. Everybody is just like so many people in Nigeria. Let me just use for an example, the three major ethnic group in Nigeria. Sorry for others, it's not an insult, but it's just like these three major ethnic groups cannot get along. Even from that time till now, they still cannot get along. If anything happens, this one is blaming this one. This one is blaming this one. This one cannot support this one for the progress of the entity they belong to right now. It's just look ahead here, division here. After 112 years old, what do you think is it dividing the nation, or we can still keep it fooling ourselves?
Is it dividing the nation? I love the way he put it. That is what we call diplomacy, or diplomatic way of speaking. Do we divide the nation, the country, or do we keep on fooling ourselves? Now the option is yours. If you say no, we don't want to divide. It's okay. Let us continue fooling ourselves. You have it's your option because that is correct. Fooling ourselves. No, I said tomorrow. I got one get that. No, don't worry. Pray. 2026 is your year. Things will work. Pray for Nigeria. It will work. Any church you go, they are telling you to pray for Nigeria. Please, if you have the opportunity, raise your hand and ask the pastor, please. Nigeria has not worked since 112 years, since 1914 till today. Do we continue deceiving ourselves, or do we break Nigeria? Do we allow Nigeria to be broken so that we take charge? We take the bull by the horn, or do we continue deceiving, praying? Because your continuous prayer every time do you pray with the empty hand? No, tell me. Tomorrow you are going to church. You are already mapping out what you are going to give. Who is taking it? You know you are giving God. No, they are giving God. But you see a pastor that is shining. A guy goes on the best car, than the members. Our pastor is a shining, wearing and that. But you are giving God, right? So he is God, or he is representing God. Honestly, honestly. Or because as long as Nigeria continues existing, you will continue being scammed and duped that it will be okay. Ị ga-anọgide nọgide nwụọ, your generation coming, your children will continue suffering the thing. Why not we tell ourselves the truth? That is why Radio Biafra is being established. So that we tell ourselves the truth. Even if it's bitter, but it heals. Are you getting what I'm saying? You see bitter leaf, olubu, is very bitter, but it has many healing powers. It has many healing substances. Are you getting it? But put it in your mouth or drink the water. Ooh, you want to bring it out. But it heals. It's an antibiotics. It has many healing qualities. That is how truth is. When you hear it like this, you don't know why, but it heals. That is the reality. But that place you are going to go tomorrow as your church, they will tell you things you want to hear. They will tell you things you want to hear that will give you fake hope. Are you getting it? It's just like sugar, white sugar, very sweet. One cup of, a little cup of tea, 1/4, liter. Just carry 10 cubes, 20 cubes of sugar, put it. It will be tasting sweet. But that is what kills. That is what they are giving you tomorrow. No, everything will be okay. No, Nigeria, no, we continue. There is hope. There is no hope in Nigeria. For your information. Ask the person, or you are so-called man of God, we don't have electricity. You build your house, you put your own solar system. A country like that with vast natural resources. You don't have a constant electricity. You don't have. Some places they have only 1 hour electricity 1 week. Some they don't see. And you say, no, everything will be okay. Continue hoping. No, the man is giving you hope so that you give. Once you give, next Sunday you come again, you give again. You continue giving. You continue working as a slave and giving. Do you know that church is like a government? Church is a monarchy, where the supreme being appoints his representative. That is your pastor. That's you. Which you don't need to ask. You don't need to challenge. You don't need to ask questions because he knows more than you in everything. He is seeing what you are not seeing. He is seeing spiritual. Are you seeing spiritual? It's a monarchy. They must have, your monarch must have something that is more than you. That is how monarchies work. That is why they say it's divine appointment. That is how they put monarchy. You go, you bow down. You don't, it's not a democracy. No, it's a monarchy. That is church. How will you challenge your pastor? Who, according to him, God talked to him last night. Were you there? So, because the caliphate must be dismantled. Are you getting what I'm saying? The caliphate must be dismantled because that is the problem. So, you see how let me continue in this listen. Smartly, the caliphate put their heavy members in on top of Nigeria, and that is the cause of the problem you are experiencing today. The military, they infiltrated the military, they infiltrated the police, the presidency, they infiltrated everywhere, so that anything they sabotage it, and you'll be shouting. The result is you are shouting, oh, I saw somebody, oh, Fulani herdsmen, Nigerians, see you, my rice field of how many, is it thousands of acres? I saw it. Say, look at the cows. They kill and they. I call the security. They come and they are running. They know what they are doing. How will I spend a lot of money on this rice? You continue complaining now because you don't want to face the reality. Which IPOB, which Radio Biafra is telling you, you don't want to. You want to eat your cake and have it. We tell you that the Sokoto Caliphate is a terrorist group. Do you know that they don't? These bandits, they don't call them. They call them criminals. They don't call them terrorists. Do you know that? You know, terrorists always they express their political ideology through violence. That is, there is no, there is no widely accepted definition of terrorists. But the little one is that they fight for an ideology through violence, their political view. Whereas criminals are just, maybe even if it's a 5 people, they gather and say, now we want to ride the car this is December. So what do we do? They carry gun, go and rob. It is not an ideology. They need money. Their ambition is to make money, to be rich. But these terrorists, their ambition is not to make money. It is a collective ideology that is guiding them. Even if they die, they don't care. Others continue. These are terrorists. But the Nigerian government did not proscribe them. They call them criminals. And Nigerians are there. But whenever they talk IPOB, that is doing something legal. Self-determination. They call it proscribed. And Nigerians are laughing. They're clapping. Yes, so proscribed. And they will proscribe them. They want to divide Nigeria. So the so-called sovereignty of Nigeria you are protecting. Okay. Which one is better? For Fulanese to be killing you every day, invading your house, killing you, raping your children, raping your wives, your sisters, your children, killing them, sacking your community, and you say no, it's good. Let us say we are sovereign. Which kind of sovereignty where a country cannot protect her borders? That is the question. Somebody asked this question, say, look, how can you call in Nigeria? They are incapable of protecting their border to control the influx of these Fulani terrorists that are coming in. Mahmouda coming, Lukarawa coming, Iswap, everything. But they can pinpoint when to far away Kenya, thousands of kilometers to Kenya, in order to pick Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What does he tell you? And some Nigerians are clapping. Nah, they are working. But the terrorists that are in Nigeria, they don't know when helicopter come to drop ammunition for them. Nigeria, they are blind. No, their radar is not working. They don't see them. They don't know. The fools they are using, no, they don't see them. And it's good. Let everybody be suffering it. As long as people are keeping quiet, as long as people are, watching only IPOB or Igbos or Biafrans, but they are suffering and smiling, it's okay. Now, let me read. Former AGF Malami denies terrorism financing, claims he was involved in lawful professional engagement. Let's see, what is that professional engagement? That is the question. Former Attorney General of the Federation is today's news headline, please. And Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami San has formerly, all these people, San, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, quota system. Look at him. Maybe when you check his biography, he has a degree in Islamic studies. That is what made him San. Has formally rejected insinuations linking him to alleged terrorism financing. In a detailed statement on Friday, that was yesterday, Malami claimed that at no point in his public life, during or after his tenure, has he been summoned, questioned, targeted, or investigated by any security, regulatory, or intelligence authority in Nigeria or abroad in relation to terrorism financing. No, he said at no point in his public life. You see, there is a command there. You know, we have eagle eye. Why didn't he say at no point in his life? He said his public life. They can deceive Nigerians, but not IPOB. Why didn't he say at no point in his life? It's very is better than saying at no point in his public life, which means at no point in his public life, yes, but in his private life, he didn't deny. Do you see how when they try to meander, we catch them? I state clearly and unequivocally that I have never at any time been accused, invited, interrogated, investigated, or charged by any security, law enforcement, regulatory, or intelligence agency within or outside Nigeria in respect of terrorism, financing, or any related offense. The former AGF asserted. The retired military officers, you see how they get their posts. All of them are military officers. The Fulani. Sheikh Gumi, he retired as a captain, and his son is there. Even Sheikh Gumi's father was also a military official. Are you getting it? All of them, look at them. They're full in the military. There is something Britain did during the colonization. Are you getting it? There's something Britain did. While our people, Igbos, were pursuing excellence, going to school, trying to learn things, different things, production, everything. Now entering, if any of them that wants to enter into military, he will enter as a cadet officer. Are you getting it? Now, Britain was doing the groundwork, laying the foundation. They were pushing the Northerners. Almajiri is to troop into the military. Do you see that? Because they are looking for tomorrow. They are working for tomorrow. They know that he who has the barrels of gun has the power. Our people, we are studying, thinking that they have a country. Oh, Nigeria, all of us are one. They were studying excellence, teachers, engineers, doctors, which is normal in a country. Now, any few of them that wants to enter military, he will be a graduate, a professional, and now enter into the military. Like even our late general, Ojukwu. Enter as an officer, as a learned in your field, as a professional. But Britain said, leave these people. No, be with the hand. They continue encouraging the illiterate Almajiris, pushing them into the military, because they know that they are heading somewhere. And you are seeing it today. When they killed in 1966, they murdered more than 300 Igbo officers. When we say Igbo, not only Igbo per se now, but Efik, Ibibio. Because our last president of Biafra, Efiam, he said it, he mentioned it, that he ran. When he ran away from the north to escape being killed. He escaped, like some other officers. So when you hear Igbo, not only Igbo, but because for the Northerners they refer both the Jews, they refer everybody as Onyamni, as Igbo man. The same way you can see somebody from Middle Belt, you say it's an Hausa in our land. It's the same thing. You say an Hausa man, an Hausa man. Whereas even the person you are calling Hausa is not. It has nothing to do. He tell you he's not an Hausa or a Fulani. Even Fulani is also targeting and killing them. But you refer to them either na Hausa or Fulani, because these are the ones you know. So the same thing in the north, they know mostly Igbos. They call Onyamiri, all of you not the same. Even Benin, they call everybody Igbo. It's like that. So the retired military officer quoted in the report, according to Malami, only referenced that some unnamed terror suspects alleged some Named the terror suspects allegedly had institutional or business dealings with various persons, but did not conclude that such interactions amounted to direct or indirect support for terrorism. Look at these are the people in handling your life. These are the people that sentence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and these are people at the helms of affairs in Nigeria. Terrorists. They have fallen the Sokoto Caliphate. These are the people they are churning out. The Sokoto Caliphate was established through jihadism. How do you think that they will stop jihadism? They decapitated, France decapitated their tail in other places, but the head is there in Nigeria. So they continue fighting jihadism. There is no way. I put on my timeline, I say, if Sultan of Sokoto, the head of the Sokoto Caliphate, if he's denying that he is not involved in this terrorism activity that has going on, full on terrorism, he should have issued a fatwa, that is Islamic order, that all these things should stop. Once he issued it, it will stop, but he cannot, because he's heading them, he's supporting them. Do you see why the Sokoto Caliphate must be dismantled? Are you seeing it? So this AGF is one of them. There are many of them. Nigerian government is infiltrated. Everybody know about it. How many times the Fulani, terrorists will be in, will be in action, and they will call the military. They will not even answer. Don't you see a Baribe? He even in the Nigerian Senate, he said it, that look, he said in Kebi, before these people were kidnapped, these school children, I think Catholic school children, is it in Kebi? Yes. That they said the military checkpoints or military stations that are near there, they removed them few hours before they struck. Say, who gave that order? Oh, are you going to pursue this thing? Breeze? No. Everything is on. Everything is infiltrated. Even Tinubu, his life is at stake because he cannot. There are things he cannot do because the caliphate infiltrated everything, even in his kitchen. These are the people he said, nah, if I have blueprints on how I will run Nigeria, they will kill me. Who are they? The caliphate. Now let me, Minister Matawale in trouble over old video of him allegedly defending some bandits. A cross section of Nigeria this was a quick day's news, December 3rd. A cross section, December 3rd, 2025. That was 3 days ago. A cross section of Nigerians have initiated a call for Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawale's resignation over an old video of him currently circulating online. The video, recorded by Channels Television in 2021, captured Matawale, who was then the governor of Biafra state, defending some troublemakers in the state. These are not troublemakers, they are terrorists. Call them their name. Yeah? Matawale made the comment at the State House Abuja after meeting with the then President Muhammad Buhari, while answering questions from journalists on the activities of bandits in Zamfara state. Matawale spoke, not all of them are criminals. Why are they using criminals? People that are organized, going on thousands in one bike, striking, coordinated, using even drone, having different types of assorted not only rifles but even armored personnel carriers, and they are calling them criminals. That is the Sokoto Caliphate manipulation. They are downplaying, even using words, they downplay them. That's why they brought out this word bandits, and everybody's calling it bandit. They are call them their name. These are the Fulani terrorists. Let me read another one, another news headline. December 1st. Pressure mounts on Tinubu to sack Matawale as US insists on defense minister's removal before security collaboration. Because these are the people that leak the information to the terrorists. Remember, during the Chibok saga, Chibok Girls saga, the American government collaborated with the American military, collaborated with the Nigerian military in order to rescue the Chibok girls. They made a plan, they devised a plan that they are going to go there and gas all of them, both the terrorists and the girls, the kidnapped girls, the victims, and all of them will be knocked out or sleeping. So that time, the American Special Force will now move in and extract the victims and tie the terrorists, tie them before they woke. On the D-Day, the American Special Forces moved in there. The surveillance drone was surveying, going there, checking from air. All of a sudden, to their surprise, you know what the surveillance team saw? That all the terrorists were wearing gas masks. He told America everything, that somebody have leaked the whole information to them. That is why when Trump wanted to rescue the American kidnapped victim from Boko Haram, he never informed the Nigeria government. Never. They just sent their SEAL, their special squad, and they went there and killed the whole terrorists and recovered, rescued the American citizen and fly away. Before Nigeria, we know they have reached where they parked their aircraft carrier. That is it. So, in all this, you should understand that the Sokoto Caliphate is the problem, and it must be dismantled. Anything short of the dismantling of the Sokoto Caliphate, you are just joking. It's a joke. It's just like when you have an appendicitis. Let me put it correct. Appendicitis. That is a disease. Now you start rubbing it. You use red oil, you rub it there, say, okay, everything will go, don't worry. You continue rubbing it. It doesn't work like that. You have to open the stomach, remove the appendix, and so stitch it back, and you are free. But if you leave it there and continue rubbing it, you say no, you're wishing it away, it will explode inside and you will die. Nothing more. There's no two ways about it. So what are we saying? The solution is the Sokoto Caliphate being proscribed and dismantled. That is where we continue standing. I will go into just few minutes breaks so that when I come back, I will open the line so that people can start calling in. Please do not go away. I'll be right back.
Immediate investigation, the highest level, with the consideration of declaring the Sokoto Caliphate an international terror organization. And treated as such. Predator drones and Tomahawk missiles go a lot further at stopping this stuff than sanctions ever will. And that's what's warranted here. It is a genocidal regime. It is a terrorist organization. Amen. And finally, focus international efforts, focus attention on restoring the internally displaced. Justice and restoration. Again, this will prevent as many as 5-6 million from being radicalized in the next 5 years. It's existential. We must focus on the internally displaced. Not just as human beings, not just as Christians, but it's in our vital national interest to do so. And the restoration of IDPs to their rightful fatherlands, that will require the purging of the jihadis. But we don't do it to kill the jihadis, you do it to restore justice. We do it to restore the IDPs. That's necessary. Congressional delegation charges of genocide against the Chinedu regime, declaring the caliphate a terrorist organization, and restoring the internally displaced. That's how you uproot this. That's how you fix it.